As you know, we've discussed the Pixel 9 series. Sales numbers are off the charts, tripling their market share in the USA specifically from basically 5% last year to 15% this year. Tripling their market share. That's rarely seen in the mobile industry. Those are huge numbers. Bravo to everybody in the Pixel department of Google. Hats off to you. And as time goes on, we're getting more and more news about the future Pixels, right? And I have some information here that gets me very excited. Very excited as we kick the Samsung Exynos CPU-based Tensor to the curb. We can look forward to a Google-made TSMC manufactured Tensor CPU. I cannot wait for that day. It's going to be a glorious day, fantastic day. Now, in the development for future Pixels and the Tensor chip specifically, the Tensor G6 chip for the upcoming Pixel 11 device, Google has acknowledged that a significant issue among users of previous Pixel models have been battery life. Data highlighted by Google indicates that over 86% of Pixel 6 and Pixel 7 users do not manage to use their devices throughout the day without charging. I know all of you have had that issue as well as me, which underscores the priority placed on battery life and battery performance in their studies, right? That's what these studies have shown. So according to Google, user surveys indicate that consumers expect approximately 36 hours of battery life from their devices. While it remains uncertain if this expectation is a target for Google and the Tensor G6's design, or merely a consideration, existing specifications for the Pixel 9 series advertise a battery life of 24 hours plus of battery life, whereas the Pixel 6 Pro to Pixel 8 Pro models had showcased beyond 24-hour battery life. Notably, the capabilities of the extreme battery saver mode had to be implemented and significantly improved, extending from 48 hours with the Pixel 6 Pro to prospects of up to 100 hours with this year's offerings. Seems a little out there, right? So the document also elaborates on the financial considerations of the Tensor chip, as Google revealed that the production costs for Tensor-based Pixel devices have not met expected financial outcomes, setting a target of around $65 for the chip to ensure the business's viability. There are strategic initiatives to reduce the physical size of the Tensor G6 chip from 121 millimeters to only 105 millimeters, and to cut various components to achieve this lowering of the costs. Specific changes will include the removal of ray tracing support in the GPU, as well as the reduction of cores and caches throughout the chip. However, these adjustments and specifications have not yet been finalized. However, in addition to discussing battery specifications internally within Google and the financial viability of the Tensor G6 chip, this leaked document also mentions other anticipated features for the upcoming Pixel 11 series, such as potential additions to face unlock capabilities that functions fantastically in low light situations, and enhanced recording capabilities for 4K at 60 frames per second with HDR video. Now, that's not the best part. What I took from these leaked documents is that Google is expecting the Pixel 11 to sustain a 36-hour battery life from 100 to 0% with no extreme battery saver enabled. 36 hours of battery life on regular usage. Now, Google was getting those exorbitant numbers of 48 hours. I was like, no, it can't be 48 hours. They were saying you would be able to use their Pixel for 48 hours. But is that realistic? I don't think so. And that's basically what this document states, is that you could possibly squeeze 48 hours of battery life out of previous Pixel phones, but you would have to have extreme battery saver enabled. Well, designing this new Tensor G6 chip in the Pixel 11, they're aiming at getting 36 hours of real world battery life without enabling extreme battery saver. That's using your phone like I do here, like you're watching this video on, and not enabling extreme battery saver. So if you enable extreme battery saver, a lot of these companies kind of not necessarily exaggerate on the capabilities of their phone, because I guess technically it could be possible, but who wants to use their phone on extreme battery saver? It's not just battery saver, it's extreme battery saver. So they're probably disabling some of your network, some of your background processes, your apps aren't syncing up, you're not getting notifications. It's like basically using your phone for emergency purposes only, right? To try to squeeze as much battery life out of it you can, so at least you do have a phone. So if you have to send an emergency phone call or an emergency text message, it's possible. Well, guess what? I don't want to use my phone on extreme battery saver. I just don't. Now, I'm not ever really away from home or office or somewhere where I cannot plug in my phone to charge it, say the car, right? Or obviously you got wires and cables all over the place. So I don't typically go on extended trips where I don't have a charger next to me. But for some people, not everybody is in an office all day, right? So some of y'all like to do outside activities, hiking, going out on a fishing trip, on a lake, going on a boat where chargers may not be that accessible. Well, you're going to want a long-lasting battery life. Now, I mentioned earlier that the overheating issues in the beginning of this video are hopefully put behind us when the new Pixel 10 is when Google is going to use their new CPU. No more Exynos. They're going to get it manufactured by TSMC, who has a fantastic reputation for manufacturing really, really good CPUs. So the future is bright. The battery life is even brighter. So 36 hours. I can go right now. I can do a full day on regular usage, and that wasn't possible with previous Pixels. So this Pixel 9 is a huge improvement over previous models, and that just has me even more excited for the non-Exynos CPUs, for their new Tensor G5, which will be in the Pixel 10, and then G6, which will be in Pixel 11. So battery life lovers, I think our brighter days are ahead, and it just has me very excited for the Pixel lineup. Peace.